What message is the government sending your children about gun control? When a supposedly highly educated teacher pulls a child from class, third grader I believe, and makes a scene in front of that class, eventually to school, and then to the nation, really, because the story's everywhere now, because the child's pastry was in the obscure shape of a gun. Now, imagine from a child's perspective how this looks. This teacher, who is supposed to be educated, supposed to have a brain in her head, makes a scene when a child, a harmless child, has a gun out of a pastry? Did she honestly think that this child was going to do harm? He was a threat? I thought she was educated. Not only that, but she didn't understand the scene that she was making. She didn't understand that she was blowing things way out of proportion. What message could this child get? Not to mention, like I said, all the other children looking on. Gun control? Sounds like thought control. How about when the vice president of the nation gets up in front of the world and says, if you feel threatened, if you have people that are going to invade your home, as if, of course, they would stand out on the street and announce their presence before they came in, he thinks it's a smart idea to go out on your balcony and blast 2 shots off of a shotgun. Get you a shotgun. Well, Joe, first of all, you abysmally ignorant baboon, that is illegal. In most parts of the country, you can't just go out on your balcony and blast 2 shots off with your shotgun. It's illegal. You'll end up getting arrested. But that's okay. That's what he told his wife to do. As if she wouldn't get knocked on her ass with that shotgun. First blast, never mind the 2. Anyway, back to Joe. So, the 3 guys, because the facts are, and these guys are supposed to be educated on the facts of gun violence. The facts are 3 guys are showing up at your house in more than half of any home invasion. 3 or more perpetrators. So now, your shotgun that's empty, you're supposed to reload real quick because, you know, they announced themselves from the road and they're coming. So they get to the door and hopefully you've got your shotgun reloaded and now you can blast through the door. 3 people now know that you're empty again and they can come right through that door. It's got a big hole blasted in it. But old Baboon Joe, he knows better than everybody. So let's just say that these 3 perpetrators get in your house. Now you've got an empty shotgun by Joe's advice. And let's say you have another weapon. You know, grab you your pistol. But of course, you know, you're restricted on how many rounds you can have in that. But the 3 guys coming at you, you see, they're criminals. They're not following the laws. They're bringing shit with them to put a hurting on whoever gets in their way. But the law-abiding homeowner is restricted on how he can protect himself. Now, again, remind you, look at this from a child's perspective. How are they supposed to feel? The government will protect you. Mom and Dad can't. Mom and Dad aren't capable of protecting them. Like the mom that shot an intruder in her house. 5 times she shot him. She threatened to shoot him again. And that's the only reason he left, because he kept coming at her and her 2 children in a crawl space. Followed her to a crawl space. After she shot him 5 times, he left. I would rather Mom had 50 bullets to pump into this son of a bitch. Let the next guy know that when he comes in, he might not walk out. What message are our children getting? Dianne Feinstein, leading proponent of taking everybody's gun away. She said it. She wants all guns taken away. Except hers, of course. When she's walking to visit her husband in the hospital at night, as she's bragged in the past. But what message do our children get when every picture of Feinstein anywhere, she's got her finger all over the trigger of a supposed assault rifle? Any child who hangs around with their dad, any child who hangs around at the shooting range knows you don't ever put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to use that weapon, till you're ready to fire it. You don't put your finger on the trigger until that weapon is pointed in a direction where it's A, going to do no harm, or B, do its intended harm. But Dianne Feinstein and Dan, my boy Malloy, all know better than us. Where are the facts? You want to have gun control? Where are the facts? Joe Biden knows the facts. Joe Biden knows we need to make more laws because the ones we have aren't being followed. They aren't being enforced, so we need to make more. This is the logic of our government. How do our children feel looking on? What do you think the idea they're getting is? Chris Rock stands up in front of the nation and says we need to look at Barack Insane Obama and Michelle as if they were mom and dad of the nation. And we should do as we're told. Excuse me? You know, I'm pretty sure my mom and dad knew that the house had a budget. But let's not go there because we're talking about gun control today. And the message that the government is sending your children about gun control. You need to wake up, people. The government is telling your children you can't be trusted with a gun. But the guy that shows up 5, 10, 30 minutes later after the crime has been committed with a gun, he should be trusted. Crime's already been committed, but we need to trust the guy that's going to show up later on to solve the crime, to protect us with his gun. That gun is on the policeman's side to protect him. But mom and dad can't be trusted with one. Let's look at these people that are trying to tell us we don't need weapons. All the while they have people all around them protecting them with weapons. What message is a child getting from these elitists? Trust the government? I think we need to look at the message the government's sending. When they try to make laws that, as Joe said, aren't going to be followed, criminals don't follow the law. Law-abiding citizens follow the law. So what message are children getting when you punish the law-abiding citizens for the criminals' actions? You need to think about this, people. Really need to think about it.